That means I can put the microphone right to my mouth. How's that?
And Beth would said, hi, any chance you can ask Ben Nighthorse Campbell if he remembers chairing the Ponca's restoration hearing back in 1990? We are still looking for a transcript of that hearing. He had a few choice quotation mark words for Doug Bayreuther that day. Would love to have verbatim record of what he said
Tell
and what
her to check in
Bayreuther
at 3
said
o'clock.
in
We
the
couldn't be
spirit
here at
of
3.
Wamley Sapa. All right on, Beth.
Tell Beth to
Oh,
remind
yeah.
us at 3.
And please tell him we blow hope. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for what he did for the Poncas that day. So Beth told you what to say. I expect for you to say.
I was going to ask him about that, if you remember.
Oh, Beth, you hear his tone. That means he wasn't going to, but he's acting like he was.
Oh, please. I wouldn't bring that up. One of the most important things in regard to Nebraska district probably, and I wasn't going to remember that.
They're still not hearing me.
That's a good thing.
That's because Ed is clutching the microphone and he
I'm
won't even let
bogarting
me
the microphone.
or Joey. Oh, that made even me laugh.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
My daughter looked at this and I'm talking about.
No, she doesn't,
No
and
clue.
thank God. I somehow sense Kenny knows where we're going.
He doesn't.
Ryan's laughing and walking away.
Go get us some guests, Ryan. And Cassie, where's your son at anyway?
I just texted him.
Tell him to get his rear end down here.
And
He's in meetings, Edwards and Dayhouse. I'll go
like
get
he's-
us.
like he's so
You know what?
important that
I'll
he
have
can't
us
come
another
down.
guest in 2 minutes.
Kid
No?
said he was going to be coming down, so I don't know when.
All right, well, good. All right, well, since there's a request for you to talk to him, is there anything else you got out of the conference today?
Let me think.
Remember, this is for your boss back in Phoenix.
I
He's going to be
know, I
listening.
know.
He's going to wonder if you took notes.
You know, I talked to my boss last night and I told him a little interesting story about something that happened. Something that happened the other day.
And here comes the
And,
artist.
sorry, am I allowed to keep talking or?
Sure, no, keep
Okay.
going.
No, the assistant secretary, the acting assistant secretary was here and he left before his presentation started.
Oh, yeah, you told me
I
about
was a
that.
little bit concerned about that. You know, he's here in
You
front
might
of-
want to tell our listening audience who's the assistant secretary.
The acting assistant secretary is Mr. Mel Lapdor.
He took the place of
Yeah.
where Michael Hoff
Yes.
resigned.
Yes, he did. And didn't make a lot of tribal leaders very happy yesterday morning. I was very surprised that, you know, he didn't even tell people he was leaving. So that was interesting.
Did he bug out for good? I mean, he's not even around the hotel anymore.
You know, no one saw him. So he must have.
Clearly that shows how important unions are to him.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's only going to be in office for I think he's just, should I say this? I shouldn't say anything bad about him.
Well, it's an election. It's an election year. So
I was just going to say he's getting his,
acting.
If you can stop Ed from saying something bad, congratulations
he's just
to
getting his
you.
paycheck and he's going to be down the road after, what, a couple more months. You know, why put in that much effort? Why take all the heat from all the tribal leaders when you don't have to? He's going to get paid. You have something good on his resume, he'll be able to get a good cheese job. Ooh, man, he better not get reappointed, otherwise there
Yeah,
goes all
no,
hopes
but
of
you
federal
can-
employment.
I know, you open the door and the feds are going to be standing there. Act like you don't know me.
Yeah, there's IRS all over me, I don't care. What more can they, how can they hurt me anymore?
Jail is how they could hurt
They've already
you.
threatened me.
I would bake for you when you're on the big house. I'll bring in the chocolate chip cookies.
Would you bring in the cake that has the violet?
I will.
Okay.
I will.
All right, well, we're gonna have another guest here, but I hope he comes back, that Ron Lewis.
I don't know. He may not come back.
Where was he at?
I don't think he was mad. I think he was just nervous. He thought this was going to be some kind of real,
It's
like,
go tell
talk
him-
show.
Go find him and tell him it's not really.
It's not.
We're just,
You want to come talk on my dad's pretend radio show?
I know.
if he just knows
We're just
what
doing it to
we're
make him feel good about himself.
We're not very good.
It's just this low class setup.
Yeah,
You know?
no one really
No one
listens.
listens. Oh, okay, sign me up.
Look at who we got hosting the show. You ever heard of us?
I know, like,
We're no.
He may have heard of me.
I'm your,
I had
you're
some
at
posters out in
NCAI
the
and I'm your
70s.
opening guest. Come on.
Oh, there we go. We got us a big cheese
Oh,
guest.
he's wearing,
That's
No,
wearing a
remember,
suit.
he's got to wait in line
He's
now.
wearing a suit. Well, I'm move out of the way
Oh,
then so
he's
you
one
can
of-
get on with your programming.
He's one of-
Brenton, thank you very much.
He's one of those-
It's been fun.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Ryan.
Yeah, let Val go, the kid has to go tonight.
Yeah, no, sit there and talk to your mom. Acting all awkward. Who wears a suit to these conferences anyway?
Our next guest, I would like to welcome one of our very own Omaha Native American artists, authors. I'd like to welcome Valerie Kilsborough to our show. Add to hay.
I'm always good on it, Valerie.
No, you can be really terrible, so. If I get up and run, you know why, right? Okay,
I know. I'll discipline
Now
you.
Valerie's
I'll
bull
discipline
guarding
you.
that mic. She took it right out of my hand. Did you see that? She
Hey,
acts
she's a
like
Lakota.
second
You're
nature.
sitting with two Lakota.
You
women
are,
now.
you
Better
are.
watch it.
Watch your P's and Q's
It'll be
there,
the Cindy and
Buster.
Val show before you know it.
Yo,
What do we need, to end for, right? Get out of here.
Oglala, see Changa.
I'm Oglala.
Well, see, I put, you two just see her fight all the time. You need
We're
me.
both Lakota.
We fight.
We're both Lakota. That makes us better than you, so we're good with it.
Okay, Valerie's here. She's got a booth. She's selling books, artwork, aren't you?
That's right. A couple years ago, I had an idea for a book because my dad he teaches a Lakota language class. He also teaches Native American beadwork, and in his classes, I try to learn what I can from him. But my style of learning is rhyming. So what I would do is I'd take all the information that I learned from him and I put it in a rhyme. So I had all these rhymes done, and I started thinking about some of the stories that my dad was talking about, and one of them happens to be about my grandmother, and she has a really interesting story because she lived on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, and she lived in a time period when there was no car. Well, there was cars, but they were very new to her, and she didn't have any electricity. She didn't have any running water, but she was a really great person and a real inspiration to me. So I took all those rhymes and that whole story, and 2 years ago I traveled down the Little Bordeaux Creek, and I took pictures along the creek where my grandmother had traveled because she didn't believe in cars, and she walked this trail to go visit my dad. And then so I took all that information and put it into a cute little children's book. So I enjoy it. I have another book coming out, and it's called Unchi Tihi, and that'll be coming out shortly.
What's the name of this book?
Unchi Inchi Maniye.
Say that again?
Unchi Inchi Maniye, which means grandmother goes
I'm
traveling.
Unchi.
I was going to
Yeah.
ask Cindy what that meant. Miss Lajoto. She had no clue.
I did. I have the book. I
She
actually
has a
own
clue.
4 copies, and I sent 3 home to the Hedog school.
Actually, I think I'll say exchange books.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did a bartering system there.
We
Well, and
did.
another
We
thing
bartered.
I am really, really proud of Valerie for, Ed. See that? Contemporary.
Oh yeah, this is coming up from, it's already coming out, isn't it?
Yes, it's going on right now currently.
Contemporary indigeneity. Oh, I said it.
That is a very tricky word to say. You know, I had to say that a few times.
I got it right the first time.
Indigeneity.
Is it? What is it? What is the difference? What does it mean?
And she's sitting there with a mouthful of sandwich in her mouth.
I haven't eaten all day. I'm starving to death. So Valerie will be exhibiting at this.
I love it.
I got an invitation to the event. Clearly, she did invite you, but she only wants people there.
No, I did invite Ed. I did.
Did you?
Yes. Yes, I sent it to you.
Do you know how to check
Mr.
your
Stuck Up.
events on Facebook?
If
He
I
doesn't
don't
have
if I don't
to
show up to these, it's not because I didn't care or I blew you out after.
He's an idiot. Can't get out of Facebook. He has no idea about events. It's just, he's just not good.
If
It's just not
Cindy, if
good.
Cindy or my wife doesn't tell me, it's not happening.
No, no. I'm
So
not
you
sure-
can blame Cindy for not.
I'm not sure he knows how to turn it on.
You know, and I should have told you,